We did it last year at the theater at West Shore Station. We did it live, and you'll see tonight that they're all in period type costumes. But we did it with actual period microphones, unlike you see tonight. This is all broadcast quality equipment that you see tonight, but we had actual microphones and stands from the time period. So it was like sitting in the audience of an actual radio play. It was quite fun.
We can't wait, Ed. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful gift for all of us here and for the entire Hudson Valley, the whole country tonight.
Well, welcome to all of you, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Ed Romanoff, our director tonight. Overture, curtain lights, this is it. We'll hit the heights. What a night it is right here at Light 92.1. It's a wonderful night coming up in just over 20 minutes on the Hudson Valley's Christmas stage. Jessica Simpson rocking around the Christmas tree. We are live in our Forehead Hunter Performance Studio. So it's a wonderful night here on Light 92.1. What an evening, what a great enthusiastic audience, and what talent on stage. We can't wait. If you're listening at home now, please tell the neighbors, wake the town and tell the people this is it tonight. Let the relatives know in Duluth and San Diego. We're on all over the country on iHeartRadio, streaming live on light921.com. It's a wonderful life. Our holiday gift to you from Light 92.1 and our good friends from Just Off Broadway. Thank you, Ed, and thank you, everybody. And thank you, our good friend Eliza Benford. Good to have you back with us this year. Your dad spoke about you just a few moments ago.
Yes.
And if you would share a little bit of that with the audience just tuning in now.
All right. Well, tonight is to benefit JDRF, and I'm a type 1 diabetic, and JDRF is, it's an organization that raises money to, find a cure for type 1 diabetes. So that's why I'm here.
And something that's very close to our hearts on Light 92.1, and we try to help in a number of different ways. Raising awareness.
Yes.
We're doing that tonight. Driving the Light 92.1 Hopemobile all over the Hudson Valley.
Yes.
And that's a wonderful way for folks to help.
Yes, my name's on it.
And yours can be too. Everybody's name can be on it.
Yeah, you can buy a name, and the money goes, and the money goes to JDRF, and your name will be on the car.
That's what it's all about.
Around.
How many times have you gone to a place where you donate a couple of dollars, they put your name on a shamrock or a boot? We put your name on a car. We do. We have it professionally printed on this automobile to say that you, your organization, your family, your pet, whoever you like, is supporting the search for the cure for diabetes. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Eliza, thank you very much for being here and sharing your talent. And if you've never heard her sing, folks, you're in for a treat tonight. It's our pleasure on our stage in the beautiful Moorhead Honda Performance Studio tonight to present Ed Romanoff on the guitar and the lovely Eliza Benford here on Light 92.1.
What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds flock are keeping? This is Christ, the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him laud, the babe, the Son of Mary. Why lies he in such mean estate, while ox and lamb are keeping? Good Christians fear for sinners here, the silent word is pleading. Nail, spear shall pierce him through, the cross be borne for me, for you.
92.1 as we get ready for It's a Wonderful Life. We're minutes away from the broadcast.
All right, we're at 15 minutes to air. Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Haywood, Miss Applewhite, Miss Sherwood, and Mr. Fillmore. We're at 15 minutes.
All right. So we have time for one more.
Okay, good.
Good. All right. Good.
Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
The Lions of Denver. Ed Romanoff on the guitar. Last Christmas. And now on Light 92.1. A holiday gift from just Off Broadway and all of us here at Light 92.1. It's a Wonderful Life.
All right, we are at 5 minutes to air. Mr. Haywood, Mr. Applewhite, Miss Sherwood, and Mr. Fillmore. Places for audience warm-up, please. We're at 5.
We are no daily beggars that take from door to door, but we are neighbors' children whom you have seen before. Love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a live broadcast of WBFR Playhouse of the Air. We thank you for braving the weather this Christmas Eve, and you'll be glad you did when you hear the story we have for you tonight. It's a Wonderful Life. Very good, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, this evening's program is being broadcast live from coast to coast, and our listeners are counting on your reactions as part of the listening pleasure. So don't be shy, and feel free to applaud, laugh, swoon, or cry just as loudly as the spirit moves. I'm getting the signal from our stage manager that we'll be going live on the air in just less than 3 minutes, which allows me just enough time to introduce you to the fine acting ensemble who'll be performing this evening's entertainment. You know him from Chickata, Boy Detective, and Cowpoke Romance, playing George Bailey, the hero of tonight's story, Mr. Jake Lawrence. Having just returned from Los Angeles, having completed filming Dottie Goes Bananas, a Technicolor spectacle, as his leading lady, Mary Hatch, we bring you Miss Ohio 1943, Miss Sally Applewhite. WDFR Playhouse of the Air listeners have heard our next little lady in roles ranging from Mother Cabrini to Salome, and playing small-town siren Violet Bick and others in this evening's story, I give you Miss Lana Sherwood. Soon to be seen co-starring with Margaret Dumont in Paramount Pictures' new comedy, The Hick Chick, and others in this evening's show, here's Mr. Harry Jasbo Hayward. And finally, host of Females Are Fabulous, and here with you every week on Playhouse of the Air, I'm Freddie Fillmore. I'm getting the signal from our stage manager that we'll be on the air in 20 seconds. Thank you all for coming to this evening, and enjoy the broadcast.
We are live in 5, 4, 3.
This is WBFR Playhouse of the Air. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, young and old, old and new. Greetings from WBFR Studio A in Manhattan, New York, right here in the US of A. I'm your host, Freddie Fillmore, and it is my pleasure to bring you your favorite stories this and every week on WBFR Playhouse of the Air. Tonight, we bring you a real good, feel-good, heartwarming, perfect for this or any Christmas Eve. It's a Wonderful Life. We begin our story in the little town of Bedford Falls, New York, US of A, where a number of people in town are praying for their dear friend, a typical American dreamer named George Bailey.
Dear God, please look over my husband, George. George is a good boy, you know that. My son has always gone out of his way to give others a hand. Now it's him who needs the help.
Help my big brother George. He's done so much for all of us. More for me than I remember.
I remember all the times it would stay late after work and not ask a cent. The world needs more like George Bailey.
Barely never thinks about himself. I wouldn't have a roof over my head if it wasn't for him.
If it wasn't for him, I would have given up long ago. All I think about is myself. I must have taken the last son he had.
He had no sense of business, that George Bailey, just like his father. None of the Baileys were ever businessmen. It's his own fault if he wasn't prepared for times like these. At times like these, I can't help but think it's all my fault. Help him, Father. It's me who's putting him through all this.
Something's the matter with Daddy.
Should we pray for him, Mommy?
Yes, Zuzu. Pray. Pray very hard.
The voices Carrie hadn't heard, and Joseph, the superintendent of angels, summons Clarence, an apprentice angel.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Clarence. A man down on earth needs our help.
Splendid. Is he sick?
No, worse. He's discouraged. At exactly 10:45 p.m. tonight, Earth time, that man will be thinking seriously of throwing away God's greatest gift.
Oh, dear, dear, his life? Then I've only an hour to dress. What are they wearing now?
You'll spend that hour getting acquainted with George Bailey.
Sir, if I should accomplish this mission, might I perhaps win my wings? I've been waiting over 200 years now, and people are beginning to talk.
What's that book you've got there?
The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, sir. I was reading it when you sent for me.
Oh, fine book. Excellent. Well, you do a good job with George Bailey, and we'll see about your wings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, if you're going to help George, you'll want to know a little something about him. Look, see the town?
Why, yes. A group of young boys sledding down a snow-covered hill and onto the ice. This is amazing! Yippee! Who's that?
That's your problem, George Bailey.
A boy?
That's him when he was 12 back in 1919. Something happens here you'll have to remember later on.
And here comes a scare baby, my kid brother, Harry Bailey. Come on, Harry, get your Help! Help!
Oh dear, Harry's fallen through the ice.
I'm coming, Harry! Make a chain, gang! A chain!
So his brother fell through the ice, but George saved him?
Yes, Clarence. And ever since George has had a bad ear, all that icy water, you understand.
Bad ear, yes, sir.
The other event came a few months later. George took an after-school job at Old Man Gower's drugstore.
It's me, Mr. Gower. George Bailey.
Yoli?
Yes, sir.
Hello, George. Hello, Mary. Hello, Violet.
2 cents worth of shoelaces, Violet?
Mary was here first. I'm still thinking.
Shoelaces?
Please, Georgie. I like him. You like every boy. What's wrong with that?
Here you are.
Bye, Georgie. See you later, Mary.
Made up your mind yet, Mary?
I'll take chocolate.
With coconuts?
I don't like coconuts.
You don't like coconuts? Say, brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from? Look at here. From Tahiti, Fiji Islands, the Coral Sea.
Oh, what's that you've got there? A new magazine? I never saw it before.
Of course you never. Only us explorers can get it. I've been nominated for membership in the National Geographic Society. Let me get your ice cream.
Is this the ear you can't hear on? George Bailey, I'll love you till the day I die.
I'm going out exploring someday, you watch. And I'm going to have a couple of harems and maybe 3 or 4 wives. Wait and see.
George! George!
Yes, sir.
You're not paid to be a canary.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, George.
Goodbye, Mary.
What was that piece of paper George just picked up?
It's a telegram for Mr. Gower. He found out this morning that his son died of influenza.
Oh, awful.
Yes, and he spent the afternoon drowning his grief in whiskey.
Mr. Gower, do you want something? Anything?
No.
Anything I can do back here?
No.
I'll get them, sir. What's this bottle, Mr. Gower?
Never mind that. Take those capsules over to Mrs. Blaine's.
Yes, sir. They have the diphtheria there, haven't they, sir? Is it a charge, sir?
Yeah, charge.
Mr. Gower, I think you...
Okay, going.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gower?
What is it?
Mr. Gower, that bottle you used, you put something wrong in those capsules.
Who do you think you're talking to?
You're hurting my sore ear.
Did you hear what I said? Get out of here.
Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing. You put something wrong in those capsules. I know you're unhappy. You got that telegram and you're upset. It wasn't your fault, Mr. Gower. But look, Mr. Gower, look. Look, this bottle. You used this bottle to make up the capsules. It's poison.
Poison?
Don't hit my sore ear again.
Poison? Oh, George. George.
All I wanted to do was make sure. Mr. Gower, I won't tell anyone. I know what you're feeling. I won't ever tell a soul. Hope to die, I won't.
Oh, George.
Did he ever tell anyone about those pills?
Not a soul.
Did he ever marry the girl? Did he ever go exploring?
We'll get there soon enough, Clarence. When George Bailey grew up, he wanted to go to college, but there just wasn't the money. So he worked 4 years in the Building and Loan Association.
Building and Loan Association?
George's father was in the building and loan business, along with George's Uncle Billy.
George, what's the combination to the safe?
We wrote it down so you wouldn't forget it.
Oh, that's right. Where?
Your wallet, Uncle Billy.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Lovable fellow, just forgetful, is all.
Who's that?
That's Henry F. Potter, the richest and meanest man in all the county.
Peter, Potter's here. Mr. Bailey, Mr. Bailey, Mr. Bailey.
There's nothing quite so lonesome as a family business. Now, Peter, you know what I'm here for. I'm on a very tight schedule. A family to evict at 3.
Okay then, Mr. Potter. Here's the thing. I just need a little more time. Just 30 short days. I'll dig up that $5,000 somehow.
Have you put any real pressure on those people of yours to pay their mortgages?
Times are hard, Mr. Potter. A lot of people are out of work.
Then foreclose.
I can't do that. These families have children.
They're not my children.
But they're somebody's children, Mr. Potter.
Are you running a business or a charity, Ward?
Oh,
Not with my money.
Mr. Potter, what makes you such a hard-skulled character? You have no family, no children. You can't begin to spend all that money you've got.
So I suppose I should give it to miserable failures like you and that idiot brother of yours to
He's
spend
not a failure. You can't say that about my father.
George.
You're not. You're the biggest man in town.
All right, son, thanks.
Don't let him
Talk to
say
you
that
tonight.
about your pop.
Tonight.
What kind of business are you running here? Good God, man.
George worked for his father, saving enough to see him through the university. That summer, though, he was going to Europe. George got a job on a cattle boat and was ready to do a little traveling before college. Old man Gower surprised him with the gift of a great big suitcase. On his way home from the store, he ran into his friends Ernie, the cab driver, and Bert, the cop.
Hey, Ernie.
Hi, George.
Hi, Bert.
Hey, George, what's the suitcase for?
Oh, I'm a rich tourist today. How about driving me home in style?
Sure, Your Highness. Hop in the cab. And for the carriage trade, I puts on my hat.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bailey. Looks like you're ready to get out of this place.
Hello, Violet. Hey, you look good. That's some dress you got on there.
Oh, this old thing? Why, I only wear it when I don't care how I look. See you later.
Now, would you like...
Yes.
Want to come along, Bert? We'll show you the town.
No, thanks. I think I'll go home and see what the wife's doing.
Family man.
George saved up money to go away to college. His bags were packed, and he was all set to go.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's hard to realize it's the last night in the Bailey boarding house.
We're sure going to miss you, George.
I'm going to miss you too, Pop. Well, Pop, what's the matter? You look tired.
Oh, I had another tussle with old Henry Potter today.
Oh?
I thought when we put him on the board of directors, he'd ease up on us.
I wonder what's eating that old money-grubbing buzzard anyway.
Oh, he's a sick man. Frustrated and sick. Sick in his mind, sick in his soul, if he has one. Hates everybody that has anything he can't have. Hates us mostly, I guess. Hey, George, can I borrow your tuxedo studs?
Yeah, help yourself, Harry.
Well, where are they? In your suitcase?
I'm not taking a tuxedo on a cattle boat, you know.
Say, where'd you get a fine piece of luggage anyway?
Ah, Mr. Gower, a going-away present. One of these days you're going to see that bag all covered with travel labels. Italy, Baghdad, San Marino.
Hey, why don't you come to the dance tonight?
What, are we bored to death?
Well, you couldn't want a better death. Lots of pretty girls. Hey, I've got to hurry. I wish we could send Harry to college with you, George.
Oh, we have that all figured out, you see. Well, Harry will take my job at the building alone, work there 4 years, and then he'll go.
He's pretty young for that job.
Well, no younger than I was.
You were born older, George. I suppose you've decided what you're going to do when you get out of college?
Oh, well, you know, what I've always talked about. Building things, design new buildings, plan modern cities.
Still after that first million before you're 30?
No, I'll settle for half that in cash.
Of course. It's just a hope, but you wouldn't consider coming back to the building alone, would you? I know it's early to talk about it.
No, I couldn't face being cooped up for the rest of my life in that shabby little office. Oh, I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't mean that remark. Well, this business of nickels and dimes and spending all your life trying to figure out how to save 3 cents on a length of pipe, I'd go crazy. I want to do something big, something important.
You know, George, I feel that in a small way we are doing something important. Satisfying a fundamental urge. It's not too much for a man to want his own roof and walls and fireplace. And we're helping him get those things in our shabby little office.
I know, Dad. I wish I felt... But I've been hoarding pennies in order, like my miser, in order to... Well, most of my friends have already finished college. I just feel like if I don't go away, I'd bust.
Yes. Yes, you're right, boy. This town's no place to live if you aren't willing to call the Potter. You get yourself an education, and then get out of here.
I'm glad you see what I'm talking about. Say, I think I'm going to go down on Old Main Street last time at night in town and all.
Have a good time, son.
Who's that?
Why, that's Violet Biff.
The little girl from the candy counter?
That's right.
Hello, Georgie Porgy.
Hello, Vi.
Oh, what gives?
Nothing.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'll probably end up at the library.
Georgie, don't you ever get tired of just reading about things?
Yes. What are you doing tonight?
Not a thing.
Are you game, Vi? What do you say we make a night of it?
Oh, I love it, Georgie. What do we do?
Let's go out in the fields and take off our shoes and walk in the grass.
Huh?
Well, then we can go up to Stewart Lake. It's beautiful up there in the moonlight, and we can swim. And we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and watch the sunrise against the peaks. We'll stay up there the whole night, and everybody will be talking, and there'll be a terrific scandal.
George, have you gone crazy? Walking the grass in my bare feet? Why, it's 10 miles up there to Mount Bedford. You think just because... Oh!
Okay, just forget about the whole thing.
Forget about what, George?
Oh, nothing, Sam.
You remember Mary, don't you?
Hi, George.
Hi, Mary.
Say, you wouldn't mind walking Mary home, would you, George?
Of course not. Is that okay with you, Mary?
Fine by me.
Great, thanks.
So George walked Mary home? Is that important, Joseph?
I'd say it is. Because even though Mary lived only 4 blocks away, it took them 2 hours to get there.
Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon. Hot dog. Oh boy, just like an organ. Gee whiz.
Beautiful.
You know something, if it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town.
Well, why don't you say it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I will. How old are you, anyway?
18.
18?
Too young or too old?
Oh, no. Just right. Your age fits you. Hey, look. Look where we are.
Oh, the old Granville house.
Yeah, I gotta throw a rock.
Oh, no, don't. I love that old house.
Oh, no. Don't you know about deserted houses? You make a wish and then you throw a rock.
But, George, it's such a lovely place. I wish I lived there.
In there? I wouldn't live in there if I was a ghost. Now watch. Watch this. How about it, huh? Pretty good shot, huh? Broke a window, huh?
What's your wish, George?
Oh, not just one wish. A whole hatful, Mary. I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum. Well, then I'm coming back here and go to college and see what they know. Then I'm going to build things. I'm going to build airfields. I'm going to build skyscrapers 100 stories high. I'm going to build bridges a mile long. And then I'm going to... Hey, what? Are you going to throw a rock too? Hey, that's pretty good. What'd you wish for, Mary?
Oh, no, if I tell you, it may not come true.
Hey, Mary. Come on, what do you want, huh? Do you want the moon? All you got to do is just say the word now.
Okay, the moon. I'll take it. And then what?
Then what? I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Then you could swallow it, and it'll all dissolve, see? And the moonbeams would shoot out of your fingers and toes and the ends of your hair. And Am I talking too much?
Yes! Why don't you kiss her instead of talking at her there?
Who's that?
Old man Collins on his front porch.
Ah, youth is wasted on the wrong people.
Hey, hold on. Hey, mister, come back out here and I'll show you some kissing that'll put hair back on your head. Now, back out here.
George! George!
Uncle Billy.
George, get in the car quickly. Your father's had a stroke.
I'm sorry, I've got to go, Mary.
George's father died that night, Clarence. So, of course, George couldn't go to Europe. But that fall, just as he was ready to leave for college, the directors of the building and loan held a meeting. They were going to appoint a successor.
Well, don't you think it should go to Potter? I think it should go... What's wrong with him?
I want the board to know that George gave up his trip to Europe to help straighten things out here the past few months, and it was greatly appreciated. I think that's all we'll need you for, George. Good luck to you at school. I know you're anxious to make a train.
Yes, I have a taxi waiting downstairs.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to get to my real purpose. I claim this institution is not necessary to this town. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to dissolve the building and loan and turn its assets and liabilities over to the receiver.
Exactly what I've been saying. What do you mean, interrupt?
It's too soon after Peter Bailey's death to discuss chloroforming the building and loan. It was his faith and devotion that are responsible for this organization.
I'll go further than that. I'll say that to the public, Peter Bailey was the building and loan. Ho, 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 that's fine, Potter, coming from you, considering that you probably drove him to his grave. Peter Bailey was not a businessman. That's what killed him. Oh, I don't mean any disrespect to him, God rest his soul. He was a man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals without common sense can ruin this town. And where does that get us? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. And all because a few starry-eyed dreamers like Peter Bailey stir them up and fill their heads with a lot of impossible hooey. Now I say that...
Just a minute. Now hold on, Mr. Potter. You're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny anti-building and loan, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy?
You got that right.
He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Why, here, you're all businessmen here. Doesn't it make them better citizens? Doesn't it make them better customers? You said, what did you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought to think of a decent home? Wait for what? Until their children grow up and leave them? Until they're so old and broken down that they... Do you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000? Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him. But to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about. Well, I've said too much. You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. Just one more thing, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come to without crawling the Potter. Come on, Uncle Billy.
Sentimental hogwash. I want my motion.
They're just coming out of the board meeting. I'll have to call you back. What happened, George? All we heard was a lot of yelling.
Oh, boy, Matilda. You should have heard George.
Yeah, they're voting us down in there.
George, get out of here. You missed your boat trip. You want to miss college, too? Don't worry about the board. They're only putting us out of business. So what? I can get another job. I'm only 55.
You're 58.
George, they voted Potter down. We're still in business.
Whoopee! We're still in business. We're still in business.
But there's one condition, George. They've appointed you to take your father's place.
Appoint me? But I'm going to college. Uncle Billy here, he's your man.
You can keep him on, that's all right.
Now let's get this thing straight. I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to school. This is my last chance.
But George, you've got to take it. We'll vote with Potter otherwise.
So George Bailey didn't go to college?
That's right, Clarence. He gave his college money to his brother Harry, and Harry went instead.
But what happened to that good-looking girl? You know, Mary?
Oh, George saw her now and then. Not very often, though, because Mary went away to school, too. Anyway, George waited 4 years more for Harry to come back and take over the building and loan. Then he could still see the world. He planned to work in the oil fields of Venezuela.
There she blows. Say, Uncle Billy, you know what the three most wonderful sounds on earth are?
Breakfast is served, lunch is served, dinner is served.
No. Anchor chains, plane motors, and train whistles. Ah, here's the
Well,
professor
if
now.
it isn't George Geographic Explorer Bailey. Uncle Billy, you haven't changed a bit.
Oh, nobody changes around here, you know that.
Oh, my
Say, where's Mother?
You. Hey, she's home cooking the fatted calf. Well, come on, let's go.
Oh, wait. This is Ruth Dagan.
Ruth Dagan Bailey, if you don't mind.
Huh?
Well, I wired you I had a surprise. Here she is. Meet the wife.
Well, what do you know? Wife?
Well, how do you do? What am I doing? Congratulations. Congratulations, Harry. Why didn't you tell somebody? What's a pretty girl like you doing marrying this two-headed brother of mine?
Well, I'll tell you, it's purely mercenary. My father offered him a job.
Oh, he gets you and the job? Harry's come run it over. Come on, Ruth. Let's start ahead and leave the bags for the fellas.
All right.
George, about that job. Ruth spoke out of turn. I never said I'd take it. You've been holding the bag here for 4 years and, well, I won't let you down.
It's all right, Harry. It's all right.
And that night, the homecoming for Harry became his wedding party. Uncle Billy familiarized himself with the spirits.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel so good I can spit in Potter's eye. I think I will. What do you say? Maybe I should go home. If you would just point me in the right direction.
Right down there.
Oh, that way, huh? Okay, old building room pal. See you later. I'm all right. I'm all right.
George!
Yeah, I'm out here on the porch, Mother. Just thought I'd get some air.
Well, how do you like that new sister-in-law?
Oh, she's swell.
Looks like she'll keep Harry on his toes.
Yeah, keep him out of Bedford Falls anyway.
George, do you know that Mary Hatch is back from school?
Yeah? Yeah?
Nice girl, Mary.
Uh-huh.
Oh, stop grumbling. Give me one good reason you shouldn't call on Mary.
Well, Sam Wainwright's crazy about her.
Well, she's not crazy about him.
Well, now, how do you know that? Did she discuss it with you?
Besides, Sam is away in New York, and you're here in Bedford Falls.
And all's fair in love and war, huh?
Well, I don't know about war.
All right, Mother, I think I'll go out and find the girl and do a little passionate necking.
Oh, George!
Bye, Mrs. Bailey. By the way, you want any books at the library?
The library? George, you go and see Mary, you hear?
Hello, George.
Hello, Mary. I just happened to be passing by.
Your mother just phoned and said you were on your way over to pay me a visit.
My mother just called me? Well, how did she know?
Well,
I didn't tell anybody. I just went for a walk and happened to be passing by. What do you... Went for a walk, that's all. When did you get back?
Tuesday. Would you like to come in?
Well, I guess, since I'm here. Say, where'd you get that dress?
Do you like it?
It's all right. I thought you'd go back to New York with Sam and Francie and the rest of them.
Oh, I worked there a couple of vacations, but I don't know. I guess I was homesick.
Homesick for Bedford Falls?
Yes, and my family and everything. Would you like to sit down?
All right, for a minute. I still can't understand it, though. You know, I didn't tell anybody I was coming here.
Would you rather leave?
No, I don't want to be rude.
It was nice about Harry and Ruth, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Don't you like her?
Well, of course I like her. She's a peach.
Oh, it's just marriage in general you're not enthusiastic about, huh?
No, marriage is okay for Harry and Sam Wainwright and you.
Mary? Mary? Who's out there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey? What does he want?
I don't know. What do you want, George?
Me? Not a thing. I just came in to get warm.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
You tell him to go right back home. And don't you leave the house. Sam Wainwright promised to call from New York tonight. Didn't he?
Your mother need... You know I didn't come here for... to...
What did you come here for?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. You're supposed to be the one with all the answers. You tell me.
Oh, why don't you go home?
Well, that's where I'm going. I don't know why I came here in the first place.
Mary! The telephone! It's Sam!
I'll get it. Hee-haw! Hello, Sam. How are you?
Oh, great. Gee, it's good to hear your voice again.
Oh, well, that's awfully sweet of you, Sam. There's an old friend of yours here, George Bailey.
You mean old Mossback George?
Yes, old Mossback George.
Hee-haw! Put him on!
Wait a minute, I'll call him. George! He doesn't want to speak to George, you idiot. He does. Ask for him. George, Sam wants to speak to you.
Hello, Sam.
Hey, a fine pal you are. What are you trying to do, steal my girl?
Well, what do you mean? Nobody's trying to steal your girl.
No, wait a minute. I want to talk to both of you. Tell Mary to get on the extension.
Mother's on the extension. I am not. We can both hear you. George, just put your head a little closer.
Oh, okay.
There, that's better. We're listening, Sam.
I have a big deal coming up that's going to make us all rich. George, you remember that night at Martini's bar when you told me about making plastics out of soybeans?
Huh? Yeah. Soybeans, yeah.
Well, my father's checked into it. George, see, and now he's going to build a factory outside of Rochester. How do you like that?
Rochester? Well, why Rochester?
Well, why not? Can you think of anything better?
Well, I don't know. Why not right here in Bedford Falls? You remember that old tool machinery works? You tell your father he can get that for a song. All the labor he wants, too. Half the town was thrown out of work when they closed down.
That's so? Well, I'll tell him. Hey, that sounds great. Oh, baby, I knew you'd come through. Now, here's the point, George. I may have a job for you. That is, unless you are still married to that old broken-down building and loan. Oh, Mary?
I'm here.
You tell that guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime, you hear?
He says it's a chance of a lifetime.
Give me that phone. Now, you listen here, Mary. I don't want any plastics, and I don't want any job. I don't want to get married, ever, to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do, and you're not going to... Oh, Mary.
George.
Oh, Mary, I love you.
George, I love you too.
We will return to WBFR Playhouse of the Air's presentation of It's a Wonderful Life in just a few moments. But first, gentlemen, does your hair resemble a dried-out bird's nest full of dandruff flakes? Do you plaster your hair down like a cheap gigolo smelling to high heaven?
Ew, what a stink.
When girls get a gander at the tip-top of your noggin, do they go... Well, here's a friendly hint that may just help you in the romance department. Starting tomorrow, why not try Bremel Hair Tonic? Yes, sirree. You'll be heading for success with Bremel groomed hair. A success with the gals and on the job. Bremel always keeps your hair looking mighty attractive. Always in place. A real sex appealer. Bremel Hair Tonic does lots more than keep your hair handsome looking.
Bremel, the swank hair tonic, makes your filthy bird's nest clean. A little dab will do ya, all the pretty gals will scream. Not only will things love it, your barber will shout out with glee. Bremel, the swank hair tonic, your dandruff will be history.
Find some Bremel today. Your hair will thank you. And now, back to It's a Wonderful Life. George and Mary were married, and following the wedding reception, George's old pal Ernie, the cab driver, drove the happy couple to the train station. Hey, where you two going on this here now honeymoon?
We're going to shoot the works, Ernie. A whole week in New York, a whole week in Bermuda, the highest hotels, the oldest champagne, the richest caviar, the hottest music, and the prettiest wife.
Here's the kitty, Artie. $2,000. I feel like a bootlegger's wife.
So you're finally getting out of Bedford Falls, huh? Then what?
Then what, honey?
After that, who cares?
That does it. Hey, Mrs. Bailey, I haven't kissed you since...
Hey, George, there's something funny going on over there. Look over there at the bank. It looks like a run.
Huh? Pull over there a minute, will you, Ernie?
Oh, George, let's not stop. Please, let's go straight to the
Now,
station.
wait a minute. I better see what it is. I'll be right back.
George, please, George!
What is this, Uncle Billy? A holiday? Why are the doors locked? There's a crowd out front.
Oh, this is a pickle, George.
All right, now what happened?
All I know is the bank called our loan. I had to hand out all our cash.
All of it?
Every last cent of it.
Holy mackerel.
And then I got scared, George, and I closed the doors.
Our charter says we need to stay open until 6 o'clock or we'll lose our license.
Bailey Brothers, building and... Get me, George. George, it's Potter.
Hello?
George, there's a rumor around town that you've closed your doors. Is that true?
No, it isn't.
Do you need any police? Mobs get pretty ugly sometimes, you know.
We're fine.
Well, let's see. Now, George, I'm going all out to help in this crisis. I've guaranteed the bank sufficient funds to meet their needs. They'll close for a week and then reopen. I may lose a fortune, but I'm willing to guarantee your people, too. Just tell them to bring their shares over here, and I will pay them 50 cents on the dollar.
You don't miss a trick, do you, Potter? Well, you're going to miss this one.
If you close your doors before 6 p.m.
To you, George, but I won't be asking for any more after this.
You planning on robbing a bank, Vi?
I'm going to Manhattan.
What's in Manhattan?
Why, everything's in Manhattan. A new start, at least.
Oh, that's a big step, Vi. What's the matter with starting a new life right here in Bedford Falls?
Well, I'll be. Never thought I'd hear that from you, George Bailey. I thought you hated this place.
I did, but this town has a charm of its own.
You should give tours, maybe.
I'm just thinking of you, Violet. Manhattan's a big place to take on your own.
I've made a decision. There's a midnight train tonight, and I plan to be on it.
It takes a lot of character to leave your hometown and start all over again. Here's some dough.
No, George, don't.
Well, what do you want to do? Hock your furs in that hat? Want to walk to New York? You know they charge for meals and rent up there. That's just the same as they do in Bedford Falls.
Yeah, sure.
It's a loan. That's my business, building a loan. Besides, you'll get a job. Good luck to you.
I'm glad I know you, George Bailey.
Say hello to Manhattan for me.
Merry Christmas, George.
George! George!
Billy, what's going on? The bank examiner's coming today, and I...
Today?
Yeah, he wants the accounts payable. What's the matter with you?
The money! The 8,000!
What, Uncle Billy? What happened to it?
I don't know! I was going to deposit it, and when I went to the bank, I didn't have it!
$8,000, Uncle Billy. The bank examiner's in town, and it's not our money. It belongs to the depositor.
I'm so sorry, George. I just don't know what happened.
Well, the first place you look is in your coat pocket. I told you to put it there when we left.
Oh, I'm no good to you, George. I'm no good.
Well, let's go then. We'll retrace your steps. We'll leave no stone unturned.
And as George and Billy went looking for the deposit, Potter had a meeting with the state bank examiner, Miss Sadie Vance.
The whole town's turned upside down with Bailey Boy's homecoming, congressional medal and all.
I guess they do things like that.
May I look at your paper?
Go ahead.
This is a deposit from Bailey.
That old fool, Billy Bailey, gave me that newspaper.
Well, you're going to deposit it for him, right? Potter.
To think he would make such a foolish mistake. Look at how much it is.
There's $8,000 here.
What a Christmas present, and he doesn't even know it.
Just a minute here, Potter. I know you've been giving the Baileys a hard time far back as I can remember. Why?
I don't have to give answers to you. You're just a state examiner.
Yes, I am, but I'm unimpressed by your buying off everyone in town. Oh, that's it. You can never buy the Baileys.
What?
You heard what I said. The Baileys have always stood for something you always wanted and are so jealous of. They're honest.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. I'm state appointed. And what's more, I'm not going to turn my back. This is stealing from the Baileys. Something like this would certainly cause them to fold.
Yes, and after 25 years, finders keepers, you know that. He gave me that money. It was his own fault. Besides, there's not a court in the county that would find me guilty.
And we all know why.
How's your family, Sadie?
My family?
I know how little state positions pay. What would you say to a little Christmas bonus?
I want no part of this.
That's not what I've heard.
What are you insinuating, Potter?
I will not be turned down.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to pay the Baileys a surprise visit. You'll see the records, they'll be short. You know the rest. At last, the Baileys will be where they belong. Down for good.
I know just what to do.
And did you put the envelope in your pocket?
Yeah, maybe.
Uncle Billy, we've got to find that money.
I'm no good to you, George.
Do you have any secret hiding place here in the house?
I've gone over the whole house, even in the rooms that have been locked ever since I lost your Aunt Laura.
Listen to me, think!
I can't think anymore, George. It hurts.
Where's the money, you stupid, silly old fool? Do you realize what this means? It means bankruptcy and scandal and prison. One of us is going to jail, and it's not going to be me.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Daddy.
Daddy, did you bring the wreath?
What wreath?
The Merry Christmas wreath for the window.
I left it at the office.
Is it snowing?
Yeah, just started.
Where's your coat and hat?
Left them at the office.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Everything's all right.
Isn't it wonderful about Harry? We're famous, George. I'll bet I had 50 calls today about the parade, the banquet. Your mother's so excited she can't even
Must
wait.
you keep playing that?
I have to practice for the party tonight, Daddy.
Mommy says we can stay up until midnight and sing Christmas carols. And you sing, Daddy?
Better hurry and shave, George. The families will be here soon.
Families? I don't want the families over here.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Have a hectic day.
Oh, yeah. Another big red letter day for the Baileys.
Daddy, the Browns next door have a new car. You should see it.
What's the matter with our car? Isn't it good enough for you?
Yes, Daddy. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse you for what?
I burped.
All right, darling. You're excused. Now go upstairs and see what little Zuzu wants.
What's the matter with Zuzu?
Oh, she got a cold. Caught her coming home from school. They gave her a flower for a prize, and she didn't want to crush it, so she didn't button up her coat.
What is it, a sore throat?
The doctor says it's nothing serious.
Was the doctor here?
I called him right away.
Is she running a temperature?
Just a teensy one.
Oh, gosh, it's this old house. I don't know why we all don't have pneumonia. This drafty old barn. Might as well be living in a refrigerator. Why do we have to live here in the first place and stay around this measly, crummy old town?
George, what's wrong?
Wrong? Everything's wrong. You call this a happy family? Why do we have to have all these kids?
Dad, how do you spell frankincense?
I don't know. Ask your mother.
Where are you going?
Up to see Zuzu.
Hi, Daddy.
Well, what happened to you?
I want a flower.
Where do you think you're going?
Want to give my flower a drink?
Here, give Daddy the flower. I'll give it a drink.
Look, Daddy. Some of the petals came off. Paste it.
Yeah, all right. Now, I'll paste this together. There it is. Good as new.
Give the flower a drink.
Now, will you do something for me?
What?
Will you try to get some sleep?
I'm not sleepy. I want to look at my flower.
I know, but you just go to sleep and then you can dream about it, and it'll be a whole garden.
It will?
Uh-huh.
Telephone!
I'll get it. Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Bailey. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Welch. The doctor says she'll be out of bed in time for her Christmas dinner.
Is that Zuzu's teacher?
Yes.
Let me speak to her. Hello, Miss Welch. This is George Bailey. Say, what kind of teacher are you anyway? What do you mean sending her home like that, half naked?
George!
Is this the sort of thing we pay taxes for, to have teachers like you? Silly, stupid, careless people who send our kids home without any clothes on? Oh, that's stupid.
Hello, Mrs. Welch. I want to apologize. Hello? She hung up.
I'll hang her up.
Now, who do you think you are?
Wait a minute. Hello? Who is this? Oh, Mr. Welch. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Welch gives me a chance to say what I really think your wife.
George!
Oh, will you get out of here and let me handle this? Hello? Oh, you will, huh? Okay, Mr. Welch. Anytime you think you're man enough. Hello? Oh.
Daddy, how do you spell hallelujah?
What do you think I am, a dictionary? Jeannie, have you learned that silly tune yet? You played it over and over again. Now stop it! Stop it!
George! What are you doing?
I'm sorry. Mary, Janie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. No, you go on and practice. Pete, I owe you an apology, too. I'm sorry. Now, what did you want to know?
Nothing, Daddy.
What's the matter with everybody? Janie, go on. I told you to practice. Now go on, play.
Oh, Daddy! George, why must you torture the children? Why don't you just...
Mary,
Oh, where's Daddy going?
Bedford 247, please.
Is Daddy in trouble?
Yes, Pete.
Shall I pray for him?
Yes, Janie. Pray very hard.
Me too?
You too, Tommy. Hello, Uncle Billy.
So that's it, George. You're short $8,000 in the books, eh?
Please, Mr. Potter, I'll pay you any sort of interest if you still want the building alone.
You say it was lost. Did you notify the police?
No, sir, I haven't done that yet. Harry's homecoming's tomorrow, and
Why would you come to me? What about your good friend, Sam Wainwright?
I can't get a hold of him. He's in Europe.
Well, what kind of security would I have, George? What collateral?
I have some life insurance, a $15,000 policy.
How much is your equity in it?
$500.
And you want $8,000. Look at you. You used to be so cocky. You're going to go out and conquer the world. You once called me a warped, frustrated old man. While you but a warped, frustrated young man, crawling in here on your hands and knees for help. No securities, no stocks, no bonds. You're worth more dead than you are alive. Why don't you go to that riffraff you love so much and ask them for help?
I'll do anything, Mr. Potter. Please. Please help me. My wife and kids.
You know what I'm going to do for you. As a stockholder of the building alone, I'm calling the state examiner to get a warrant for your arrest.
Mr. Appropriate.
Appropriation of funds, manipulation, malfeasance.
Mr. Potter, please, you can't. They can't arrest me.
Go on and run. You can't hide in this little town. Merry Christmas, George.
You're listening to It's a Wonderful Life on Light 92.1 with the Just Off Broadway Theater Ensemble. We'll take a little intermission in just a moment while our friends from Adams Fairacre Farms get our refreshments ready here in the studio. Let's welcome back to our microphone the very talented Eliza Benver and Ed Romanoff on the guitar. A little bit of music to get us in the mood to take our little intermission break now on Light 92.1. Eliza, what are you going to do for us this time around?
This is going to be Yes, Virginia.
Oh, this is a very special presentation of a article, wasn't it, in the newspaper many, many years ago?
Yes. So, a little girl wrote a letter to the newspaper because her friends told her that there was no such thing as Santa Claus, and this is the response that she got.
The correct response.
Yes.
It's a very, very nice letter. Ladies and gentlemen, Eliza Benfer, Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus.
Believing, that's what most people swear. But look into your heart and find the hidden wonders there. For no matter what your friends may say, elves still live and reindeer play, where gift-wrapped dreams come true on Christmas Day. Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. He's as real as hope and love. Look around and you'll find Santa Claus in the boundless world you're dreaming of. Even though you may not see him on his sleigh this Christmas Eve. Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. It's true if you believe. this world would be a dreary place, devoid of beauty, charm, or grace, if we forget the warmth of his embrace. Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. He's as real as hope and love. Look around and you'll find Santa Claus in the boundless world you're dreaming of, even though you may not see him on his sleigh this Christmas Eve. Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. It's true if you believe. Oh, believe in joy, believe in love, believe your whole life through. Keep bright the light of childhood, let his season live in you. Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. He's as real as hope and love. Look around and you'll find Santa Claus in the boundless world you're dreaming of, even though you may not see him on his sleigh this Christmas Eve. Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. It's true if you believe. Yes, Virginia, there's a Santa Claus. It's true if you
Christmas Station. Before we take a short break from tonight's production, Eliza, we have time for one more.
Yes.
And you have Michael Adler with you this evening on the piano from Marlboro High School. Thank you, Michael. Good to have you with us. What are we going to hear?
Oh, Holy Night.
Beautiful. Oh, Holy Night on the Hudson Valley's Christmas Station.
For the
night divine. Nowhere, all night, oh night divine.
Thank you, Michael. We're going to take a break, but we've got the exciting conclusion of It's a Wonderful Life on the way in minutes right here on the Hudson Valley's Christmas station, Light 92.1. Light 92.1, welcome back to the Moorhead Honda Performance Studio, and welcome back to an incredible live presentation tonight of It's a Wonderful Life on Light 92.1. Coast to coast on iHeartRadio, around the world, streaming live this evening on light921.com. Once again, let's bring them back. A big round of applause for the Just Off Broadway Theater Ensemble. It's a Wonderful Life.
And now, more from our sponsors. Are you guilty of careless driving because windshield bug spots dulled your vision?
Yes, I'm guilty.
Stop straining to see through a bug-spattered windshield. Duck's Toilet Cake gets the squashed bugs off easily, quickly, yes, even when the sun has baked them into the glass.
Remember, you need clear vision as well as good brakes to avoid accidents. You'll find Duck's Toilet Cake leaves the glass polished so crystal clear, you hardly know it's there.
I feel so much safer after I clean my windshield with Duck's Toilet Cake. It leaves no dangerous, oily film that makes dust and makes night driving difficult.
Duck's Toilet Cake, the soap of 100 uses.
You better wash high, you better wash low. Behind your ears too, I'm telling you so. Duck's Toilet Cake is cleaning our town.
It washes up cars, it washes up cars.
And out in L.A. it washes up stars. Duck's Toilet Cake is cleaning our town.
It's found in every bathroom where people try to see.
It's used by our dear president,
And it's used by you and me. So you better wash high, you better wash low.
Behind your ears too,
I'm telling you so. Duck's Toilet Cake is cleaning our town.
Buy a cake of Duck's Toilet Soap today. Keep it in your car. And now, the dramatic conclusion of It's a Wonderful Life.
Merry Christmas, there you come!
How about some of that good spaghetti?
Oh, we got everything! Where's George, sir? Where?
After running out of Potter's office, George ended up at Martini's bar. He had had a couple of drinks, Clarence. He's sitting just there.
What's he saying? Who is he?
God. God, dear Father in heaven, I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope. Show me the way, God.
Are you all right, George? You want somebody to take you home?
Why you drinking so much, my friend? You don't feel good? Please go home, Mr. Bailey.
Bailey? You say Bailey? Which Bailey?
This gentleman is Mr. Bailey, George Bailey.
George Bailey, huh? And the next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get worse. It isn't enough you slaves teaching your stupid kids how to read and write. You gotta bawl her out and...
You get out of here, Mr. Welch. You hit on my best friend. You get out.
All right, all right.
Mr. Bailey, you okay?
Who is that?
Mr. Welch, but don't worry. He don't come in this place no more. I'll get something for your face. It's bleeding.
I'm all right.
Please don't go away, Mr. Bailey. Please don't go.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
George is headed to the bridge now, Clarence. Can you see him?
He looks like he's going to jump.
It's time, Clarence.
Excuse me, you there. Have you got the time?
My watch is dead.
Thanks, just the same. Help! Help me! I can't swim!
Hold it, mister. I'm coming.
What in Sam Hill are the two of you doing? This storm's not fit for man or beast. Now get out of that water. Are you two all right? Do you need a doctor?
No, I'm all right.
No, I'm fine. This underwear. I didn't have time to change into anything stylish. My wife gave me this on my last birthday. I passed away in it.
Passed away?
Oh, I see Tom Sawyer is drying out too.
Who?
My book. I left in such a hurry, I brought Tom Sawyer with me. You should read the new book Mark Twain's working on.
How'd you happen to fall in?
Oh, I jumped in. I jumped in to save you.
You jumped in to save me?
Well, I did, didn't I? You didn't go through with it, did you?
Go through with what?
Suicide.
It's against the law to commit suicide around here.
Yeah, it's against the law where I come from, too.
Where do you come from?
Heaven.
What?
I had to act quickly. That's why I jumped in. I knew if I were drowning, you would try to save me. And you see, you did, and that's how I saved you.
Oh, that's very funny.
Your lips bleeding, George.
Yeah, I got a bust in the jaw in answer to a prayer.
Oh, no. George, I'm the answer to your prayer.
How do you know my name?
Oh, I know all about you. I've watched you grow up from a little boy.
What are you, a mind reader or something?
Oh, no.
Well, who are you then?
Clarence Oddbody, AS2.
Oddbody. AS2, what's that, AS2?
Angel Second Class.
Hey, I'm getting out of here. You may not need a doctor, but I do.
Cheerio, my good man.
Hey, look here, now, why did you want to save me?
Because I'm your guardian angel.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Ridiculous of you to think of killing yourself for money. $8,000.
Yeah, just things like that. Now, how did you know that?
I told you, I'm your guardian angel. I know everything about you.
Well, you look like about the kind of guardian angel I'd get. A kind of a fallen angel, aren't you? What happened to your wings?
I haven't won my wings yet. That's why I'm an angel second class.
Oh, I see.
But you can help me earn them, George, by letting me help you.
You don't happen to have $8,000 on you?
Oh, no. We don't use money in heaven.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting. It comes in pretty handy down here, bub.
Oh, tut.
I found it out a little late. I'm worth more dead than alive.
Now look, you mustn't say things like that. I won't get my wings with that attitude. You just don't know all that you've done. If it hadn't been for you...
Yeah, but it hadn't have been for me, everybody'd be a lot better off. My wife and my kids and my friends.
This isn't going to be easy.
They'd all be better off if I hadn't been born.
What did you say?
I said I wish I'd never been born.
George, that's wonderful.
Wonderful?
The idea you just gave me. Well, you've got your wish. You've never been born.
Never been born?
Exactly. No worries, no $8,000 to get nothing. You simply don't exist.
Hey, wait a minute. This ear of mine. Say something else in that ear.
You don't have a bad ear anymore. Don't you see you're not the George Bailey you think you are? You're well, you're nobody.
Well, that's the doggonest thing.
Your lips stop bleeding too, George.
Oh, you know about that. Oh, what happened? I need a drink. That's what I need. What about you, Angel? Do you want a drink?
Well, I don't.
Oh, come on. We'll go over as soon as our clothes are dry.
Our clothes are dry.
Hey, so they are. That's funny. The stove must be hotter than I thought. Well, look. Let's get dressed and we'll stroll on over to Martini's and then... Oh, excuse me. I'll stroll, you fly.
I haven't got my wings.
You haven't got your wings? Yeah, that's right. A couple of drinks and we'll both fly. Please sit down. Sit down. Well, hello, Nick. Clarence, welcome to the best bar in Bedford Falls.
Bedford Falls? Don't you mean Pottersville?
Pottersville? Hey, where's Martini?
Look, I'm the boss. You want a drink or don't you?
Oh, okay, all right. Double bourbon, quick, huh?
Okay. What's yours, bub?
I was just thinking mulled wine.
Huh?
Heavy on the cinnamon and light on the cloves. Off with you, my lad, and lively now.
Hey, look, mister. We serve hard drinks in here for men who want to get drunk fast. And we don't need any characters around here to give the joint atmosphere.
Now, come on, here. Just give him the same as I ordered. He's okay.
2 double bourbon.
What about this place? It's all changed.
All the Bedford Falls has changed. You're having your wish, George. You've never been born. Oh, there'll be lots of things you've never seen before. Oh, good. Somebody's just made it.
Made what?
Every time you hear a bell ring, it means that some angel's just got his wings.
What did you say?
Look, Clarence, I don't think you better talk about angels around here.
Don't they believe in angels?
Yeah, they believe in them, but, you know, it's just...
Well, then why should people be surprised when they see one?
Huh?
Don't mind him, Nick. He just never grew up. How old are you, anyway?
293 next May.
That does it. Out you 2 pixies go. Through the door or out the window, go on. Get!
Where's Martini? Will you tell
Stop asking about Martini. He ain't here. Well, well, well. Look who crawled out from whatever hole he's been hiding in.
Hey, it's Mr. Gower.
Hey, you rummy. Didn't I tell you never to come panhandling around here?
George, look.
Mr. Gower, this is George Bailey. Don't you know me?
Will you buy me a drink, mister? Just one drink, mister. Pinky, throw the rummy out. You got it. Oh, no, please.
Hey, Nick, isn't that Mr. Gower, the druggist?
That rumhead spent 20 years in jail for poisoning some kid. If you know him, you must be a jailbird yourself. Pinky, here's 2 more. Get him out of here. You got it, boss.
Here, let me help you up. The snow is quite cold.
What's wrong with Mr. Gower?
Mr. Gower doesn't know you, George. You see, George, you weren't there to stop Mr. Gower from putting poison into that prescription.
What do you mean I wasn't there? What are you, a hypnotist? Why am I seeing all these strange things here?
Don't you understand? It's because you were never born.
And if I wasn't born, who am I?
You're nobody. You have no identity.
What do you mean, no identity? My name's George Bailey.
There is no George Bailey. You have no papers, no cards, no driver's license, no 4F card, no insurance policy.
Zuzu's petals.
What?
Zuzu's petals. My little girl. Some petals fell off her flower. I told her I'd fix it, and I stuck them in my pocket. But they're gone, too. Everything's gone.
But you've been given a great gift, George. The chance to see what the world would be like if you had never been born.
You're crazy. You're crazy as a bedbug, and you're driving me crazy, too. Now look. I'm going home to my wife and family. Do you understand that? And I'm going home alone.
You know the drill. Hands behind your back, sister.
Keep your hands off me. Why don't you bust somebody else for a change?
Hey, officer, where did the building alone go?
The building in what?
The Bailey building alone. It was up there.
They went out of business years ago. Now all that's left is this burlesque house.
Not so fast, Kappa. I know
Hey, Violet! Hey, listen, that's Violet Vick.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know.
I know that girl.
Who doesn't? Now get out of our way.
Put your hands off me.
Taxi! Taxi! Hey, Ernie, take me home. I'm going off my nuts.
Where do you live?
Oh, no, doggone it, Ernie. Don't start pulling that stuff. You know where I live. 320 Sycamore. Now hurry up.
Okay. 320 Sycamore?
Yeah, hurry up. Zuzu's sick.
All right.
Look here, Ernie, straighten me out here. I've got some bad liquor or something. Listen to me now. You are Ernie Bishop, and you live in Bailey Park with your wife and kid. That's right, isn't it?
You seen my wife?
Seen your wife? I've been over to your house 100 times.
Look, bud, what's the idea? I live in a shack in Potter's Field, and my wife ran away 3 years ago and took the kid. And I ain't never seen you before in my life.
Okay, well, just step on it. Just get me home.
Is this the place?
Of course it's a place.
Well, this house ain't been lived in for 20 years.
Mary! Mary, I'm home! Pete, Tommy, Janie, Zuzu, where are you?
They're not here, George. You have no children.
Where are they, Clarence? What have you done with them?
All right, put up your hands.
What is this?
No fast moves. Come on out here, both of you.
Bert, thank heaven you're here. Bert, what's happened to this house? Where's Mary? Where's my kids?
Watch him, Bert.
Come on. I'm going to take you down to the station.
Bert, now listen to me. It's that fellow there. He says he's an angel. He tried to hypnotize me.
Don't make me use my nightstick.
Bert, I hate to do this, but...
Run! George! Run, George!
Ma Bailey's boarding house.
Well,
Mother?
Mother, what do you want?
Mother, this is George. I thought sure you'd remember me.
George who? If you're looking for a room, there's no vacancy.
Oh, Mother. Mother, please try to understand it. Something's happened to me. I don't know what it is, but I need a place to stay. Please, let me stay here.
I don't take in strangers.
I'm not a stranger. I know everybody you know. Your brother-in-law, Uncle Billy.
You know him?
Well, sure I do.
When'd you see him last?
Today, over at his house.
That's a lie. He's been in the insane asylum ever since he lost his business. And if you ask me, that's where you belong.
I'm here again, George.
My mother. My own mother didn't even know me.
Strange, isn't it? One man's life touches so many others. And when he isn't around, he leaves a pretty big hole, doesn't he?
Look, I've heard of things like this before. You got me under some kind of spell. Well, I'm going to get out of it. I've got to. I know I talked to Billy this afternoon. How can he be in an asylum? I've got to snap out of this. Now let me think a minute. Bailey Park.
There is no Bailey Park if you weren't here to build it.
We'll see.
This is Bailey Park. People live here. Pretty grim.
This is where Bailey Park is supposed to be. What's that gravestone doing there? And why is the name Bailey on it?
That wouldn't be yours.
My father's name is on it, but what's his other name? Why is my brother Harry's name there?
Your brother broke through the ice and drowned at the age of 9.
That's a lie! Harry Bailey went to war. He got the Congressional Medal of Honor. He saved the lives of every man on that transport.
Every man on that transport died. Harry wasn't there to save them because you weren't there to save Harry. You see, George, you really had a wonderful life. Don't you see what a mistake it would be to throw it away?
What do I do now, Clarence? What do I do?
It's your life, George.
What happened to Mary, Clarence?
Mary?
My wife, Mary. What happened to her if I was never born?
I'm not supposed to tell you, George.
I don't know how you know the things you do, but please, if you know where she is, just let me see her. That's all I need to make a decision.
Very well, George, but you're not going to like it.
Where is she, Clarence?
She's an old maid, George.
Where is she?
She's just about to close up the library. There must be an easier way to earn my wings.
Is the library closed?
It's Christmas Eve. We can't stay open all night.
Can I ask you something?
I should really be getting home.
What is there to go home, Zuzu?
That is none of your business, sir. The library is closed. Maybe you should try back the 26th.
Mary, I'm sorry.
How do you know my name?
All I need is a couple of minutes.
I told you, the library is closed.
Please, just 2 minutes. That's all I need. I'll do anything.
You sound desperate. I'll help if I can. What is it?
Isn't this town Bedford Falls?
It used to be, but that was some time ago. I wasn't very old when Potter was elected and took the town along with its name for himself.
So you do know a place called Bedford Falls?
I've seen pictures. It looks like a very nice place. Things have changed, but that's with the times. I have to go.
Mary Hatch, you live on Reed Street, a white Victorian. Your bedroom's at the top of the stairs. You turn to the left. You have an older brother, Marty, and you live with your mother, Edwina.
How do you know all of this? What are you, some crazy man? Stop it, I'm leaving.
Don't you know me, Mary? Just let me touch you.
Get your hands off me. I'll call a cop.
The house you wished for, don't you remember?
I told you I don't know you. Let me go, officer!
Don't you know me? You must, Mary. It's George. Don't you know me?
Let me go!
Mary, please. Oh, don't do this to me, please. Mary, help me. Where are our kids?
What?
Oh, Mary. I need you, Mary. Help me, Mary.
Get away from me. Help! Help, police!
Mary, it's George. Please, Mary. You're my wife.
Ah!
Clarence! Clarence! Clarence, where are you? Clarence! Clarence! Help me, Clarence! Get me back. I don't care what happens to me. Only get me back to my wife and kids. Help me, Clarence, please. Please, I want to live again. I want to live again. Please. Oh, God, please let me live again.
George, is that you, George?
No, get out of here, Bert. Get out of here. You're coming closer, I'll hit you again.
What the Sam Hill are you yelling for, George?
Come on. George? George! Bert, do you know me?
No, you. I've been looking all over town for you. Where have you been?
Hey, Bert! Bert, I'm alive again, Bert!
You sure you're all right? Hey, your mouth's bleeding.
It is! Hey! Hey, my mouth's bleeding, Bert! Look at the blood come out of there, would ya? Zuzu's pedals! Zuzu's pedals! There they are! What do you know about that? Merry Christmas, Bert!
Well, Merry Christmas. Get in the car. I'll drive you home.
You will, Bert. Well, do that and turn the siren wide open. Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls! Hey! Merry Christmas, you old wonderful old building alone! Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter! Yippee! Mary, I'm home! Have you seen my wife? Hey, what is this? These people, these reporters. Well, hey, Merry Christmas, reporters.
Mr. Bailey, there's a deficit.
I know, $8,000, I bet, huh?
George, I've got a little paper here.
I'll bet it's a warrant for my arrest. Isn't it wonderful? Merry Christmas. Hey, where's Mary? You know, look at these wonderful old drafty house. Isn't it wonderful? Where's Mary?
Merry Christmas, Daddy! Merry Christmas!
Kids! Pete, Janie, Tommy, I could eat you all up. Where's your mother?
She went looking for you with Uncle Billy. Daddy.
Zuzu, my little ginger snap. How do you feel?
Fine, Daddy. Not a smidge of temperature.
Not a smidge. Hallelujah.
George, darling.
Mary.
It's Mommy. Mommy's home.
George, where have you been? Oh, George.
Mary,
George.
let me touch you. Oh, you're real.
Oh, George.
You have no idea what's happened to me.
You have no idea what's happened either. Come on, George, quick, they're on their way.
Who's on their way? The police department? The FBI? The National Guard? I'm alive again, Mary. Listen, I'm alive again, Mary.
Come on in here now. Now you stand right over here by the tree, right here, and don't move. Don't move. Did you hear the hurry, George? I know. I don't know where you're going, George.
Isn't it wonderful? Mary did it! George, Mary did it! She told a few people you're in trouble and they scattered all over town collecting money. They didn't ask any questions. Just asked, if George is in trouble, you can count on me. You never saw anything like it.
What is this, George? Another run on the band? Here you are. Merry Christmas.
The line forms to the right. Mr. Gower, Merry Christmas. Mr. Martini, step right up now.
I busted the jukebox, too.
Mr. Gower.
I made the rounds of my charge account.
Violet Bick.
I'm not going to go, George. I changed my mind.
I wouldn't have a roof over my head if it wasn't for you, George. Here you go. $242.
I've been saving this money for a divorce, if I ever get a husband.
Merry Christmas, George.
Merry Christmas, Mother.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas!
Just a minute. Quiet, everybody. Quiet, quiet. A telegram from London.
Oh, London.
Mr. Gower cables you need cash. Stop. My office instructed to advance you up to $25,000. Stop. Hee-haw and Merry Christmas, Sam Wainwright.
Carol angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Hello, George. How are you?
Harry! Harry!
Harry, no!
Mary, looks like I got here too late. Mary, I got him here all the way from the airport, as quickly as I could. The fool flew all the way up here in this blizzard.
Harry, how about your banquet in Washington?
Oh, I left right in the middle of it, as soon as I got Mary's telegram.
How about some wine?
Good idea. A toast. To my big brother George, the richest man in town.
That a boy!
Hooray!
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind?
What's this book, George?
Tom Sawyer.
Look, there's an inscription.
George, remember, no man is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wings. Love, Clarence.
What's that?
That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy. Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. Attaboy, Clarence.
WBFR Playhouse of the Earth's presentation of It's a Wonderful Life. The WBFR Playhouse is brought to you this and every week by Bremo Hair Tonic and Lux Toilet Paste. Please stay tuned for a program of popular holiday music. This is Freddie Fillmore signing off for WBFR in New York City and wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Good night.
On the Just Off Broadway Theater Ensemble. It's a Wonderful Life. Take a bow, everybody.